The violent and deadly confrontation from this traffic stop in 1998 tragically changed two Georgia families.
Come on back here for me.
A 22-year-old deputy pulls over a speeding truck, and the situation escalates fast. On dashcam video, the driver, Andrew Brannon, is heard shouting obscenities,
Come here.
daring or asking the officer to shoot him, and seen dancing. Brannon grabs a rifle, and during the deadly gunfight, Brannon is hit once in the stomach. Deputy Kyle Dinkheller, a husband and father, is struck 9 times and dies.
This was a brutal murder, and it was captured on videotape. But that tape also shows erratic, irrational behavior.
17 years after the crime, Atlanta attorney Joe Loveland is representing Brannon at his clemency hearing on Monday, one day before his scheduled execution. Loveland argues it is not right to execute a Vietnam veteran with a bronze medal and no prior record who was and is suffering from PTSD.
We think that it's very important that the board now has a more complete record, and the board, sitting as the conscience of the state of Georgia, really be able to look at the total picture.
Information on Brannon being 100% disabled because of PTSD, which is rare and indicates a very severe level of impairment, wasn't part of the sentencing, nor were experiences from Vietnam, information from the VA psychiatrist Dr. William Boyer, and that Brannon was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and had stopped taking medication weeks before the deadly traffic stop. Dr. Boyer writes about the former first lieutenant and forward artillery observer. Some, like Andrew, never recover from the psychological and emotional trauma suffered during war, and the severity of Andrew's PTSD and bipolar disorder put him at higher risk of impulsive, angry, and destructive behaviors over which he would have had little control. At the hearing, Brannon's attorneys are also presenting letters from at least 20 veterans. All of this means little to Deputy Dinkheller's buddy and colleague in 1998. Corporal Brian Stokes spoke with us via FaceTime from Lawrence County.
You know, the world just lost someone good.
Corporal Stokes was part of the team that searched for Brannon that January night.
I was one of the ones that found him and walked him out of the woods the next morning.
And Corporal Stokes plans to be at Brannon's execution in Jackson, Georgia.
I was there at the beginning, and I want to be there at the end. For myself and for other law enforcement and for the family, I think this will bring some closure and just some peace, I hope.
We're now the state of Georgia in the year 2015, and we have to ask ourselves the question, as a society, does it make sense to execute, to kill a decorated veteran who unquestionably was seriously damaged by his experience in the war? Does that make sense?